Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to Mindset Monday. So we're going to talk today about growth mindset. So I'm going to explain a bit about what growth mindset is, and then we're going to go into 7 growth mindset activities to try. So growth mindset is a mindset coined by Carol Dweck, and she talks about 2 mindsets, a fixed mindset and then a growth mindset. So she discovered when she was doing her research that dependent on like what you teach a child from a very young age depends on whether they have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. So it can stem right from childhood. She realized that those who encouraged their children to learn more had a different attitude and behavior to those who didn't. So it gives you an example. For an example, one student would see challenges as opportunities to grow, while others would give up after they failed the first time. She attributed these behaviors to 2 mindsets, so fixed or growth. So we have 7 growth mindset activities to try. The first one I'm going to talk about does have a video, and I will put the link to the video on the training so you can go ahead and watch it after this is done. But I'm going to go through 7 and you can pick one of them to try. So it says if you are looking to be growing your mindset, it's important, growing yourself, it's important to grow your mindset every single day. One such way is through growth mindset activities. So even though it's best to learn when you're younger, at a very young age, we can still change our ways as we grow older, as I know. The saying goes, the best time to grow a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time to grow one is right now. So the first activity we're going to talk about for growth mindset is self-exploration. So there is a video attached to this that we're going to go and watch after this is done, and then we can pop onto a Zoom and discuss it, or you can discuss it with your partner or each other, depending on which Zoom you're on. Selena, you don't tell everybody to join now, it's fine. Cracks me up. So our current mindset influences how we shape our future moving forward. If we have a fixed mindset, chances are that we're likely going to stay stuck in the same position we're in right now. So one thing that you can do to change that is doing growth mindset activities. One such activity is self-exploration. This means diving into your mindset and start making changes to that mindset. So the video that you're going to go and watch, it is on YouTube. It's called Lost Generation. It's a 2-minute video. But the idea is that you watch this video, others watch it as well separately or together. You don't discuss anything while you're watching, but then you come together and discuss what you think that video is about. And you want to end this experiment with what happens when you change your mindset by watching this video. It says if you can't do it in a group, do it with somebody else. You can do it on your own. You'll still gain some benefits from asking yourself how you felt about watching the video. And I will tag that for you in the tag on the Evo Squad. And I'll also put it in the chat groups. The second growth mindset activity is identifying everyday mindset examples. So a fixed mindset and a growth mindset don't just show up in learning environments, but everyday life too. Out of the several growth mindset activities out there, this one brings our attitudes to the forefront. How it does that is that we are looking at the behavior and presenting examples. So to this activity is getting pieces of paper, so several pieces of sheets of paper and or sorted color pens. If you're doing this by yourself, then you could type them out. So you can do it on the computer as well. So what you're going to do is write down examples of how each mindset can be applied in everyday life. These can be phrases that each mindset uses, their opinions to subjects like challenges, failure, roadblocks, how they handle adversity, and so on. To do this activity properly, you will need to have a general description of both these mindsets. So you're going to have, my example would be, you're going to have one column of growth mindset and one column saying fixed mindset. And you are going to write down phrases that each mindset relates to. Again, it also pays to do it in a group, but you can do it individually. All these are based on this video, so I will put the video in for you. The next one is one of the most important things for all of us. Action 3 is literally take action. One of the simplest growth mindset activities out there is to just do it. Just crack on and get it done. Starting something new, whether it's learning something or building a habit, is the toughest part. Again, that comes into consistency. It's just like when you're younger and you're learning to walk or ride a bike or brush your teeth or whatever it is. If you consistently do it, you create a habit. And by creating a habit, it's going to be instilled in you to do it then. If you have a fixed mindset, there are good odds that you're not eager to step out of your comfort zone. If you want to develop a growth mindset, you'll need to change your attitude and start doing more. This isn't just focusing on stuff you're passionate about. It also means exploring new passions. This means trying things you wouldn't have thought of. So I'm going to tell you, my growth mindset right now is training this training. I hate training. I do not like training. I get very nervous. But to grow, you have to step outside your comfort zone and do something you don't like doing. It's the only way you grow. And it can be anything. Like, it's easy to get onto a live and talk about Thrive, right? Because we know what it does for us and we're passionate about it. We can do that. We can talk in a post about how we felt before Thrive and how we feel now, because it's something that we're passionate about. If you're doing something you hate doing, for some people that is live. For some people that is going live and talking. But if you don't step outside of that comfort zone, you're not going to have a growth mindset. You're just going to be fixed and you're going to stay exactly where you are. The fourth one is self-reflection. It says, similar to self-exploration, self-reflection is also important. Self-reflection is one of the growth mindset activities that looks at your internal self, your external self, rather than your internal. It'll focus on your skills that you have built and how you were able to develop them. Regardless of your mindset you have right now, reflecting this way can piece together many things. For one, it helps us realize that when we first started something, we weren't good at it. Over time, we got used to it. An example is the work you're doing today. Think back to when you first started your job, your first day at your job. What was that like? Did you show up being able to move through the routine or have a solid workflow for the entire day? Or did you have to experiment and figure things out as you went? Figure out what you were good at and where you needed guidance. And it's true, when you first started your Lavelle job and you looked at the back office, I know I didn't have a clue what any of that stuff meant. I had to learn that over time and learn from other people. You're learning new skills every day. The problem is with fixed mindset is that you don't want to learn them new things. You're not willing to learn them new things. If you've got a growth mindset, you will continually learn. Like Selena, I'm going to pick on you. Selena's one of the biggest people in this team for growth mindset because she's always learning something new. Even today, she's been learning a new system. You've seen all her qualifications. She's obsessed with learning. She likes to learn new things. That's growth mindset. Like learning all the time. The next one we're going to go to is, and I'm going to say this wrong, research neuroplasticity. Selena, am I right? Can you say it for me?
Neuroplasticity? I mean, you said it right. It's just like tomato.
It's the study of our brain. I found this fascinating when I read this. It's the study of our brain and how it adapts to environments, actions, and experiences we go through in life. What this research uncovered was the fact that how we thought of our brains before was all wrong. For a long time, our brain was non-renewable organ. We never thought the brain could form other neurons on its own, let alone be able to grow and be shaped to however we want it to be. What decades of research have uncovered is that regardless of our age, we can grow and learn new things. After all, our brain contains many circuits and pathways. What this means in simple terms is that these pathways allow our brain to push through a sequence of steps. The more we go through the steps, the more our brain builds up a pathway. It eventually forms a circuit that allows us to perform that task with more skill and speed than before. So being aware of that and how it can impact on our lives is our key to growth. And it's so true. Like we don't even use a small percentage of what our brains can actually do. We don't. So only when we focus on something and we sit down and think, right, this is what I'm going to learn today. And it can be anything. Like, for instance, riding a horse. I often think, and I say this because Becca was talking about horses when I go to America. If I feel like now, like if I got on a horse, I'd probably break something. There's no way that I could do it. That's not actually true. If I got on a horse and somebody taught me how to ride a horse, I would learn how to ride a horse. It's like anything that you do. Selena's learning a whole new system today. She didn't know how to use it in the first thing yesterday, but now she knows how to use it. We don't even use half our brains. We don't.
Like less than a tenth that we
Yeah.
use. But that's how you create a habit, is the neuroplasticity, those neurons,
Yes.
those connections. And just side note, riding a horse, those horses have been down those trails so many times that they can do it with not even looking. So they've created that pathway that they know
yeah.
the path, and all you need to do is hold on.
Yeah.
That's just FYI. You don't have to know how to ride a horse.
I know. I'm still scared of breaking something, but there we go. Right. Our sixth one is actively look for opportunities to learn. So better yet, to look for learning opportunities and you think that you don't fit in for. So try and do something that doesn't necessarily suit you, that you're going to step outside of your comfort zone. And I am going to now pick on Selena again, because Selena doesn't like Canva, but the more she's used it, the better she is. She doesn't realize how good she actually is at Canva. She's still teaching me new things about it, and I love it. You have to sometimes do things that you really don't want to do to get better at them. You just have to. This can be within your own industry or not. Like for me, I'm not very sciencey about the products, and anytime somebody has a science question, I will refer them to Selena, because she likes to delve into each of the products and know them inside out, what they do. I don't care. I just know that this sticker makes me feel good. I don't care what's in it, what technology it is, or anything else. I just care about the way I feel. That for me is inherently wrong, because I want to also learn about why balance works the way it does. For instance, I want to know, not necessarily all the ingredients or all the stuff that Selena knows, but I want to know more, so that when I'm talking on a live, I don't have to say, this is my belly bloat buster, it makes my bloat go. I want to know the insides out of why that happens. Like, I want to know that. I want to know why Sculpt is so good for menopause. Like, I want to know the insides out of things like that. And it's not because I necessarily want to know it. It's because knowing it would help me. Sometimes we don't want to learn these things, but it's part of what we do, and we should know it. So taking up something you are hesitant towards can build you up. The biggest reason for that is it teaches you to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It also teaches you how your attitude matters. Someone with a fixed mindset would hesitate and give up when things get tough. Someone with a growth mindset will push forward in their own way. By no means will learning a little about a subject or a skill will make you a professional in that area, but it will bring you one step closer to being knowledgeable and good in that area. That can be the confidence you need to do more and apply more in your life. And it's true. Knowing more about the products will give me more confidence when I'm talking about them on a live, or when I'm doing a post. I'll be more confident to, I've never seen Selena with a product in her hand not being completely confident that she knows what it is and what it does to her body, because she knows about it inside out. Like, she knows, that's her specialty, she knows, but it doesn't mean we can't also learn that skill. She had to start somewhere. There was at one time she didn't know that stuff. She just made it her aim to learn it all and know what she's talking about. So that is number 6. And number 7 is developing grit. Grit is what defines your perseverance to meet your goals that you set. It's the effort that you put into your work and your willingness to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward. Developing grit comes down to finding something that you're interested in or have a passion for and continue to improve it. Another way to see it is that though hard and necessary work, you can develop, improve, and succeed in that area over time. To develop grit is to surround yourself with those who have grit as well. Find these people who stick to their goals and work closely with them. Being with those who show up every single day will ensure that you become like them in time. So that is one of the most important things that I have learned from the last year, is that surrounding myself by people that I aspire to be like, that inspire me every day, has made me hit my goals. I can hands down say this now, that if it wasn't for Jen and Selena and what they have, taught me over the last year, I would not have hit them 3 bonuses. It would not have happened, because days when I've crumbled, they've been there and told me that it's okay and that it's going to be all right and that you can do this. That's why it's so important. It is not only developing grit yourself. Like, I'm very strong-willed. Like, I'm not going to give up. I will say it till I'm blue in the face. Until I'm Lavelle millionaire, I will not stop. And when I say that, I'm 100% sure of what I'm saying is fact, because I know myself and I know I just don't give up on anything. I'm like a dog with a fucking bone. I won't give up. Excuse my language. And the other thing is surrounding yourself with people that have got similar things as you, or that can build you up like that. I was not this person a year ago. This person that sat here right now, I wasn't like this a year ago. Like, my self-doubt is hardly there now. And if I said this and been on a training with you guys a year ago, I was full of self-doubt. I was not confident at all in any aspect of my life, whether it was internally or externally. Being surrounded by people in this community, and that's everybody, that's not just the 2 people that I've mentioned, that's everybody has different attributes that they can offer to each other. Surrounding yourself with people like that, especially in times like this, in bonus run, is so important. Becca knows, I'll pick on Becca, getting on this Zoom and being with us this whole last week, it pushes you. If you don't do that and you're just sat in your own home, and you will just get distracted, or you won't be focused. The minute you come on here, you can see other people doing it. You can see other people in the squad achieving their goals, and it makes you want to do it. So developing some grit is very, very important. Final thoughts. So they are the growth mindset activities. We can run through them and do them in our own time. But out of them all, there is no superior method to developing a growth mindset. The key is to find the methods that work best for you. And this is why I think the back to basics training, for instance, or the mastering sales is so important, because different people, Becca said it yesterday, Ange said something that resonated with her. Different people can say something in a different way and it will hit you. Different people work in different ways. Some people here work with scripts, some people don't. Some people send stuff to their auto ship customers, some people don't. We all work in different ways, but it's you adopting the way that works for you with everything. With how you reach out, with whether you use scripts or you just build relationships, whatever that is, everybody can hit differently when they say something to you. So that is it for me. Do you have any questions that I can answer, or any final thoughts from yourselves?
Thank you, Rachel.
Great job.
Very good.
That's okay. I'm going to stop the recording.
I know, my voice is